oggi portiamo la campagna principale. Penso sia la cosa più giusta da fare. Solo che non mi ricordo dove ci eravamo fermati. Mm. Eh, I caricamenti di questo gioco non mi sono mancati manco per niente. Parla con il templare Joriel. Dove siamo? Ho l'inventario quasi pieno. Ci sono dei nemici. Ok. Ah, qua abbiamo trovato lo gnomo. Sì, 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 abbiamo trovato lo gnommo che è quello che ci aveva portato in salvo. Dove devo andare? Di qua? Tiratore dal palmo bianco.
Down you go!
Addirittura. Olle. Oh, si danza. Ma questo sta facendo?
You
Vabbè. Allora. Allora, prendiamo questa roba qua e poi ce ne andiamo. Via. Le terre basse. Allora, non mi ricordo perché, cioè, che cosa abbiamo fatto. Oggi dobbiamo andare ad Adessa, no? In teoria. Prima devo svuotare l'inventario. Devo vendere a qualche mercante, eccetera. E poi dobbiamo andare da Adessa. O andiamo giusto prima da Adessa e poi svuotiamo l'inventario? Allora, siamo qui. Dobbiamo andare ad Adessa. Per Adessa, qui non ci possiamo... Oh sì, non ci possiamo andare. Accampamento del sole, tra l'altro dobbiamo arrivarci per le quest dei... non mi ricordo più come si chiamano. Le quest... Vabbè, non mi ricordo come si chiama, comunque dei ladri di questo gioco. Allora, io direi di fare un viaggio veloce qua. Così accorciamo i tempi. La strada pure. Poi andiamo all'accampamento del sole. E potrei addirittura ritardare ad essa e continuare all'accampamento del sole a fare le missioni. Perché ad essa è bella lunga. Da fa i ladri coboldi. E beh, effettivamente fa piacere incontrarvi qua. No, non mi piace tutta questa vicinanza, è il mio spazio personale. Che fine ha fatto il mio spazio personale? Allora, bottino pala, quasi finito lo spazio. Ok. Mm. L'audio ho proprio deciso di accannarlo, ma tanto non serve a niente. Prendiamo la piantina. Raccogliamo l'acqua, il forziere è lì, a che ci siamo? Lo posso raccogliere? Forse è una pila di pietre. Che è successo? Oh, coboldi. Aia. Mannaggia, ma chi è che mi sta attaccando? Da dove? Ah, da qua. Quindi attacchiamo prima lui? Ma questi stanno fermi così per farsi uccidere? Vabbè, visto che stai fermo io ti attacco così, dai su. Olè. Quindi il forziere è una trappola per i viandanti. Beh, avete un bel ingegno ragazzi. Oh, una pietra del sapere. Aspettate che aumento un po' il volume, così ve la ascoltate. Aspettate, l'audio non si sente un cavolo. Opzioni, audio. Allora, i dialoghi ci sono.
Rattlesnake was a vain and ugly creature. He crawled in dark places and avoided the other desert animals.
Non ci sono
He was
sottotitoli.
lonely but refused to act like it.
Ma
One day, while sitting under a rock and wishing to be happy, he saw a desert runner sprinting past. "Wait," it called to the bird. "I have a favor to ask of you."
niente sottotitoli, quindi sia che qualcuno abbia capito l'inglese l'ha sentito, se no niente. Oh mamma mia, a voi. Ah. Bravo, si è tutte le mie frecce, alla fine ti ho colpito comunque. Ho scoperto uno strano documento appartenente a un ufficiale. Mm, interessante. Ah, poi, che ci sta qua? Una pietra, cos'è? Un cumulo di pietre? Sì. Ottimo, finito veramente tutto quanto. Mm. Dov'è che siamo? Laggiù c'è qualcosa, magari una cittadina? Potrebbe essere una cittadina. Allora, prendiamo questo. Dalle fattezze sembra una cittadina, magari troviamo un mercante. Che ne dici? Là c'è una missione. Se io ti ignoro. Oh, Roccabianca. Quante
Good day.
missioni. Niente, mi sa che mi fermo a Roccabianca, sapete? Allora, prima vorrei trovare un venditore.
Yeah?
Ci sono già 3 missioni qua. Un venditore, allora. Allora... Allora, il venditore è dall'altra parte, mi sa. Sì, parebbe di sì. Ok, ci sono già 3 missioni. Quindi per adesso ci fermiamo qua a fare le missioni del luogo. Le prendiamo, vediamo che cosa ci dicono. E poi andiamo avanti. Allora,
Hey there. Don't kill me, please. Just a little Whitestone humor for you.
cos'è, una battuta? Ah,
Maybe it's not for everybody. My name's Varric Dunbert. In my trade selling. We get a quirky collection of goods in town these days. You're welcome to it.
vabbè, intanto io direi di vendere. Così ci togliamo dalle scatole tutta sta robaccia. E le armi le abbiamo vendute. Poi, scudo di sì, però fa schifo rispetto al mio, quindi lo posso vendere. Poi l'unala... efficace a parate non va bene per me. Veste di Malak la volevo mettere, peraltro, forse se non mi serve. Quindi la venderei. Ma sì, dai. Che senso ha portarci dietro qualcosa che comunque non sto usando? Ok. Poi vediamo un po'. Io ho 50% di colpo critico. 12 danni di notte. Amuleto. Mm. Questo è meglio. Ok, abbiamo buttato un po' di robaccia. Vediamo cosa ha da vendere. Non credo abbia qualcosa di buono, però si può mai sapere. Quello che abbiamo dato noi è meglio. Kit di riparazione. No. Sentiamo un po' di cosa da dire.
Honestly? Well, I'm not sure what to make of that one. He's certainly got clean hands for someone in Apatia. Rumor has it he's city-bred. Have you seen his cottage? It is more rooms than a flop house. Come again.
Scusate un attimo, io aumenterei ancora i dialoghi. Tanto la canzone l'ho tolte. I dialoghi li metterei al massimo.
I'm at your service, friend. Take a look at the... I don't mind them. In fact, think Mitharu, that sun camp, is just down the road. Without their merchants, the people of Whitestone would starve to death. We don't get many supplies from the city, and there's no work to be done in trade. Honest thieves, one man's opinion. You're right, I see pretty much everything and everyone that comes in and out of Whitestone. And we do get our share of eccentric visitors. Just the other day I noticed a real sorrowful-looking Alfar lurking around the tavern. Oh, don't you break into a sweat over the Sinriks and the Zungars. Good people. At least they were back in the days of the cart and shovel.
Hai le idee chiare tu, eh?
Now they make their living with the sword. Can't say I blame them. Not after what the gnomes did to us.
Eh sì, gli gnomi vedono solo le proprie ricchezze.
See you soon.
See you soon. Ok, allora. Ma qui abbiamo fatto. Direi di uscire da qui, prendere le 3 missioni, aggirarci un po' per Roccabianca e vedere che cosa ha da offrire, voglio dire. Magari qualcosa di interessante. Chi può dirlo? Questo video dovrebbe uscire martedì 22, credo. Credo, sì. Spero. Esca martedì 22. Hi. Mi fate in colpo. Hi. Allora, qua qualcosa.
Mind yourself.
Fanciulla assetata. Cos'è la taverna? Taverna pure si trovano delle missioni di solito. Anche se trovassimo una guaritrice non sarebbe male. Ah, devo cambiare la muleta a proposito. Prima che mi scordo. Minchia, mazza, 3 missioni in taverna, un sacco di missioni. Allora, come si faceva? Così. Armatura, no. Accesso. Ok. Siamo migliorati.
Welcome to the Thirsty Wench. I'm Beragrastar, owner, innkeep, and namesake. We don't get many strangers in Whitestone, at least not since Motors pulled out and the mercenaries dug in. What can I get you?
Prima informazioni.
Sure, we've got a few available, but they'll cost you. Nothing comes cheap in Whitestone.
Vabbè, no. No, grazie.
It's your choice. Not many places to sleep in Whitestone where the rats won't get at you. He's fine as far as nobles go, although he doesn't exactly fit in around here. He lacks that important layer of filth that comes from growing up in Apatir. Same old faces, same old troubles. Whitestone hasn't changed much since the gnomes left us to the wastes. The mercenaries are new and good for business. We do have a few visitors, Alpha and a traveler to boot. I'd better watch out or the thirsty wench is going to get all respectable. You mean Steg? He's a good kid. Dumb as a plank, but sweet as they come. I really hope he gets out soon so he and Rindy can be together. Barely worth my breath, those bastards. Tell me, is it right to build a town and then suddenly leave it to rats? I don't think so either. The gnomes of Motus Mining have the people's hopes to answer for. They know better than to ever show their faces in Apatir again.
Quindi questi odiano gli gnomi, abbiamo capito.
Yeah, they come into town every so often, looking to socialize, I guess. Best keep your eyes on your belongings. There's a whole camp of them east of here near the cliffs. I think they call it Sun Camp. That was a joke.
Belli sti baffi, eh?
Not everyone in Apatir worked for one of the big mining families, but most of them did. And when the work dried up, they stayed with their crews. Only now they're robbing travelers and kidnapping merchants instead of digging. Only thing we dig in Whitestone these days are graves.
Ecco.
Don't tell anyone, but I've run out of meat to serve the customers. If these louts find out, they're liable to start a riot. Do you have any meat with you? I'll pay you good money for it.
Della carne?
Okay, I guess that's better than nothing. I don't care where you get it, as long as it smells like meat when I place it over the fire.
Disperata, eh?
Hurry up with some meat, or it'll be my bones.
Ok, la missione l'abbiamo presa. Ora, ascoltiamo cosa hanno da dire le altre missioni.
Hey,
Are they giving you a hard time around here too? Whitestone,
Bella,
a
sta
boot
telecamera
full
che
of
spinge.
vipers, this place. Can't stand it. And after everything we've done for them down in Sun Camp, you'd think they'd be more appreciative. And starvation's
Sembra che
too
c'ha
good for
l'anello
the
al
mayor, I
naso,
say.
ma è il riverbero del sole. Se ci fate a caso, sulla sua narice sinistra, che per noi è destra, sembra che c'ha l'anello, tipo il piercing al naso, ma non è così, tipo, almeno a me ha dato questa impressione.
He's as corrupt as they come, but I shouldn't be one to speak, not with my associations. Still, it's one thing to say you're a crook, and another to pretend you're not. It's a good town, or it was before the Motus disaster and the mercenaries. I have fond memories of Whitestone. I used to buy candy at Varrick's place. Simpler times. It wasn't my life plan to become a traveler, believe me. But sometimes necessity is the only star you follow. My parents were miners and worked themselves to the bone to provide. When the Terrenium dried up, so did they, you could say. I didn't want to leave Apatir, so I stayed. Some of us join because we have to. Others expect it to be an adventure. We're a patchwork, really, a glorious patchwork of imperfection. We're travelers by affiliation, but we specialize in fair exchange of goods and services. Not to say we won't steal, it's just not our stock and trade.
Avete
You'll find us
un'etica.
east of here, past the old Motus Mining Headquarters building, just shy of the seaside cliffs. You should stop by, it's quite a view. Silly question. Who doesn't hate the mayor? We travelers had a good thing going here in Whitestone. The people came to us for their needs. We had a relationship. Now Mayor Eswin says trading with travelers is illegal, and as a result, the folks of Apatir won't touch us. I'm surprised they even let me into town without a fight.
Scommetto che incontreremo anche il sindaco. Potrei provare a rubarlo il cibo?
You're welcome to give it a go, but I can't promise you'll get anywhere. That old mansion was built by the gnomes back when they first settled the village. It's got more hidden corners than a spider web. I doubt old Eswin's even seen all of it. I doubt the old mayor has either. Maybe I'll show some initiative eventually. Until then, you're welcome to make us both look good. The doors are locked, so I'm guessing there are keys required. That's usually how the arrangement works. Bye.
Vai. Ah, salve, sta dormendo?
What is it? Can't you see I'm celebrating? That's right. Raise a glass, friend. Let's make a toast to cowards.
Allora, scudiere Coran.
I walk the wall of Melsenshire. Do you know what that's like? The silence breathes. The shadows move. Every night is a lifetime. No drink can
C'ha gli
drown those
occhi-
memories.
Ha gli occhi tipo impazziti. Ah!
This village is as good as any. I've seen many such places, all of them ravaged by the war, all of them feeling the distant decay of the Tuatha. There is no escape.
È positivo quest'uomo.
What's there to say? The Tuatha just keep growing bolder, and our numbers fewer. Not like the people of Apatir care. They've got their own problems. I've made a choice, you see. After much deliberation and many pines, I've decided to disobey my direct superiors and not perform my duties. To the fires with orders. I'm finished delivering death notices. I've seen the faces of the war dead. I've no desire to look into the eyes of their loved ones. I volunteered to be a messenger, to bring death notices from the War Council to the families of the deceased. I thought it would be welcome respite from the war, but it's been its own kind of hell. I got through some of them, but by the time I reached Apatir, I was done.
Cioè, prima ti sei offerto volontario e ora ti piangi addosso? Ma so.
You would do that? It would keep me from getting discharged. From not going back. Ironic, isn't it? I can face the enemy. Your energy will not be spent in vain. I will pay you well to... Goodbye!
Ci pagherà bene. Allora, anche se non voglio rubare, volevo vedere... Ah, bene. Allora... Se trovassimo la roba del contadino... Vabbè, sti cavoli. Allora... Adesso usciamo fuori, prendiamo le altre 3 missioni. Al momento abbiamo 3 missioni aperte qua. Con le altre 3 sono 6. Ci sono i vari forzieri. Quindi il sindaco sembra essere uno stronzo. Un farabut. I gnomi sono visti di cattivo occhio. Manca il cibo, sono devastati dalla guerra. Insomma, si prevedono bei bottini facili.
What are you looking at?
Allora, aspettate un attimo. Cosa devo fare qua? Ah, vabbè, gli avvisi di decesso. Allora, sono stato qui e qui. Poi ci sono 3 forzieri in città. 2 qua fuori, un terzo qua. Poi dovrei andare anche al cottage del sindaco, villa del sindaco. Recupera i liberi di fratello Till, pure. Ah, interessante. Vabbè, consigliamo gli avvisi di decesso che ci siamo.
Yes, what is it? We're not supposed to speak with the citizens. Nothing to tell, really. My wife and I lived in Rathir, until we had to take work elsewhere. She in the army and me with this rough outfit. I hate being apart.
Ah, ecco.
Same as any place else, in my opinion. I just stick to the job. Guard, train, and rough up anyone who gets in the way of the mayor's plans. What's there to say? It's an unfortunate affair. I don't foresee anyone coming out the better for it. I only hope that many return from the front lines unharmed.
La moglie non c'è più?
Joanne? You mean... my wife has died? I knew she sailed for Cluricon, but we got so little news here in Apatir. I told her the war wouldn't last. I insisted. And as usual, I was wrong. My wife was beautiful. She deserved better. I only wish I could have given it to her. I only wish I could have been there for her in the end. Thank you for telling me.
Molte volte noi uomini ci intestardiamo e non diamo ascolto alle sagge parole delle nostre consorti. E poi ce la prendiamo nel culo.
Joanne never wanted children. She said it was too harsh a world for young ones. Said we should use our lives to make a difference. I have to believe she was right. The army rejected me on account of my missing toes. So I came here to make extra coin while Joanne was away. To wait for her. Now it seems
Ma
I'll
se
wait
te ne
forever.
andassi, no? No, vabbè. Allora, io prenderei i bauli che sono qua, perché insomma... Ah, questo cos'è? Un baule, un piede, una cosa di piede, sì. Oh! Oh, contro gli Scaru. Cosa buona e giusta in Scaru, quanto li odio. Ok, nulla di che, ma questo era chiaro. Allora, vediamo, torniamo dentro, ci sono altri 3 bauli da prendere.
Tomorrow's gonna be hot.
No, questo non devo rubare niente, qua non sbagliamo che poi ci accusano. No, tu come permetti? Altra quest.
Well, well, well. Never seen your face before. Can't say I like it. Listen up, Dogface. There are
Prima
2
prenderti a
rules in
calci in
Bone
culo, la
Town.
seconda è derubarti
Number
i tuoi
1.
veri.
Mayor Eswin's law is absolute. Number 2, if you don't like rule number 1, then you'd better get your ass out of town. Now go meet the mayor yourself. He likes to know what the kobolds kick in from the wastes, especially with the families running wild. Listen to that. You're fitting in pretty well already. I'll see you around Whitestone, Dogface. He's not from around here. A city boy born and raised in Myria. Came to seek fortune, but landed in Apatir right when Motus Mining cut their losses. You'd think he'd wither in this desert, but it was his idea to bring in the mercenaries. With Mayor Eswin in Whitestone, we have a fighting chance.
I mercenari costano soldi, soldi che non avete, aumentano le tasse, i cittadini non possono pagare. Ah, proprio furbo sto sindaco.
People call it Bone Town because of the pale rocks jutting up from the sand. And because of the death rate. Miners. And they used to make a good living too, back when Modus Mining had its teeth in Apatia. But when Modus pulled out, the money dried up. Now most of them are criminals. A nasty lot. The Zungars are the worst. But the Darkvari and the Sinrig know Liana's dance as well. Simpesta Liana was first sworn. They called her the Desert Runner, and you do well to learn her ways out here. There's plenty of them. Just ask Kara, or walk a few paces out of Whitestone in any direction. Sometimes they even come into town. A few weeks ago, I caught a bandit trying to slip into the mayor's window. Fool. He's been locked up in a cage ever since. As an example. He's a dangerous man, and he'll stop at nothing to bring ruin to Whitestone. Luckily, the mayor knows how to deal with crooks like Scoria.
Allora, poi... Anche questo è rubare? No, questo no. Quello sì.
Stranger.
Vabbè. Allora, prendiamo l'altra missione. Ah, dobbiamo parlare col prigioniero, mi sa.
Good day. You're probably wondering what I'm doing here. Well, if you're fond of a good story, lend me your ear. I
Prego.
won't disappoint. I'll try to keep it short, even though I've got all the time in the world for embellishment.
Deciditi, o la fai lunga o la fai corta.
I am no one of consequence, something the guards in Whitestone failed to realize. However, if you ask my father,
povero bimbo.
he'd take my side. I'm a complete disappointment.
Vabbè, poi?
Look, I'm in a cage in the middle of this town. What do you want me to say? I'm not really in a good position to talk about it right now. Sinriks, Darkvari, Zungars, and Scorias, all bastards. Not half as bad as these guards. They can't catch all of us, and we can't kill all of them. What did I do? Nothing. I just happened to bear the name Darkvari, a crime and upper-tier in these trying times. The mayor's blade seized me at the gates of Odessa. Here's the trick of it. I was leaving home, slipping free of my familial bondage. I'm no thug. I am guilty of but one crime only.
Oh, che
Stealing a
romantico.
girl's heart. Her name is Hrindi Zungar, and at this very moment she waits for me with no word of my whereabouts. Please, stranger, will you help me?
Certo.
She is the sun that comes to warm me every morning. We met a short time ago, mere weeks, but true love has no memory of time.
Mo
Yes,
questa tizia non sta
Zungars
a
and
piacere.
Darkvari aren't exactly kin. In fact, they're sworn enemies and rivals. Imagine how powerful they'd be if they shared blood instead of spilled it. I knew I liked you. From the moment I laid eyes on you
Ci
through
siamo
these
innamorati.
enormous iron bars.
Ah,
Getting the key won't be easy. Bjorn, the head of their mercenaries, carries it on his person. I wouldn't want to be the one who has to rifle through his pockets. I care not for stale poison. I doubt the Zungars and Darkvari even know why they're angry. It's an old hatred, old as the red stone. Hrindi and I want none of it. I've promised to rescue Hrindi from her family's life of corruption. She deserves more than a shack along the snake tail. She deserves Sky Blossom, whispers. I've been in this cage for weeks, but Hrindi will wait. We swore an oath to each other.
ok, sì.
Bjorn's men are ridiculously loyal. Try to catch him alone, out of the friendly eye. If you don't, our little agreement will end up rather short-lived.
E quali sono gli avvisi di taglia invece? Ok. La serie uccidi, uccidi, uccidi.
Hello.
Allora, tutte Il governo di Roccabianca è sempre alla ricerca di persone che possono assicurare la pace della zona. Se vuoi guadagnare un po' d'oro dando la caccia a un bandito, prendi uno di questi contratti. Il guru Darkavari e i suoi cugini attaccano e saccheggiano i trasporti gnomeschi provenienti da essa. Va bene, poi. Noti raptori contrabbandieri nella famiglia Sirik. Vabbè. E poi? Nessuno qui ha una storia da... Ah, fantastico. Poi. Adesso facciamo... qui.
Keep your eyes open.
Casa del sindaco. Parliamo con il sindaco. E poi credo che salverò. Effettivamente. Ci sono un sacco di cose da fare, ma penso che... Oh, è il sindaco, è lui?
Stand right there. Let me take a look at you. Filthy, weary, lonely, but special, that's for certain. We don't see folks like you in Whitestone very often. I'm Mayor Eswin Elfhelm, and I'm the closest thing to a friend you've got around here. Liars, thieves, and scum. Let's hope they never take control of Apotir. My given name is Eswin Elfhelm, but people around here call me Mayor Eswin. They're simple people. That's why I like them. I grew up in the old main city of Myria, west of here. I'd never worked a full day in my life. I'm certainly making up for it now. I sleep 1-2 hours a night.
Vabbè, sarà
This
così.
little town was the heart of the boom, the engine that drove the rise of Odessa. But in business, every boom is followed by the eventual bust. The gnomes moved out. With the gnomes went the gold, and with the gold went the jobs. Whitestone has been a shell of itself since. But I seek to change all that. My home, a lifetime ago it seems. The port was nice. The smell of fish near the harbor was offensive. You'd have a hard time finding anything that resembles Myria here in Detir. There are 4 mining families. The Darkvari, the Sinriks, Zungars, and the Scorias. When the gnomes departed, so did the jobs. There was nothing for the miners left behind. Starvation, desperation, well, they change people. Most of the miners in Apotir kept their sanity, even when they lost everything else. But the others, they turned to banditry. The usual, theft, kidnapping, murder. You'd best stick close to Whitestone. You're an easy target.
Ok, poi...
Terrenium. It's the only reason the gnomes ever graced it here with their presence. Normally they'd find the climate too dry. They like their beards curly. Motus Mining settled Whitestone, built all the mines and relocated the families. Once they'd taken what they came for, they vanished almost overnight. Disgraceful. It would take quite a bit to convince me the Zongars weren't criminals from the start. It's probably no surprise the worst miners of Apotir make the best brigands. Once the Terrenium ran out, they moved on. Gnomes don't care for the welfare of other races. They're hoping we'll kill each other off, save them the trouble. The Darkvara were hit hardest by Modus's relocation. The young men and women watched the elders and children waste away. Now they're all that's left. Sad story, isn't it? Doesn't excuse their lawlessness. The Sinrig boys think this is a game. They're laughing now, but we'll see how they like the taste of their own ruthlessness. They're the second oldest family in Apotir, and they're headed for a prison, or the graveyard. I like you. You're not a fool. Want to know what you're getting into? Well, I think big, but I'm smart enough to start small. I need a person who can do both. I want you to acquire something for me. Something that rightfully belongs to me. There's a man named Adith Scoria, patriarch of the most prominent mining family in Apotir. Months ago, I bought his family mine. It wasn't cheap. Now Adith refuses to surrender the property. In fact, he's gone into hiding and won't meet with me. I need you to acquire what is legally mine. The deed to his claim. Modus Mining stored all the records in its old headquarters east of the village. But the building has long since been overrun. Get that deed, and we're in business. An obstacle in the way of progress.
The old man still believes that Apatia could come back from its decline by force of will. Typical of a miner. Keeps digging away. Probably in that relic of a building that was once Motus headquarters. Now a haven for...
Ok. Allora. Allora, rubiamo tutto quanto. Tanto, voglio dire. Ottimo. È stato positivo rubarlo. Chiave del sindaco. Oh, raccolta di fratello Till. E questo pure. Ci serviva per la missione. Ok, poi. Scassi nella porta del passaggio. Ah, perché c'ho la chiave. Fantastico. Scassi nella porta della residenza. Missione nella porta della residenza. Non l'ho già fatto. Ah no, avanti qua. Sblocca la villa. Villa del sindaco. Ok. Bottino baule. Ok. Ah, porta avanti la missione a buffo così. Ma che dovevo fare poi? Roccabianca. Il bello è che in molti fantasy i nani odiano l'acqua. Allora. Oh, ah vedi. Sblocca cottage e del sindaco. Ah, interessante. Tanto sto sindaco non mi piace. Allora. Molto facile. K delle stagioni. Vediamo un po'. Lettera del sindaco Edwin, questa è una cosa interessante. Un'altra lettera. Nina na na nina oh. Ok. Poi. Ok, io le missioni le ho prese. Ora mi conviene salvare. Abbiamo ascoltato un po' le cose. Oh. Oh. Fare un viaggio veloce a Roccabianca, tanto per non fare indietro dalla porta. Non volevo che quello se ne accorgesse. Ehi, ma che cosa fai nella mia villa? Se mai. Ok. Allora, missioni in zona. Vediamo. Ruba la chiave della gabbia. Ruba la chiave della gabbia. Baule. È pieno di missioni qua. Parla con la tempra di Gioriel. No, 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 no. Allora, missioni. Dove sono le missioni qui? Allora, chiave mancante. Parla con Lina. Qui. Uff. Ok, qua che c'è? Stemmi la famiglia Darkvari. Ah. Va bene signori, io penso che possiamo fermarci qua. Questa volta in tutto ciò mi manca un guaritore, non riesco a capire dove cavolo sta un guaritore qua dentro. Forse non ci sta. Vabbè. Prossima volta facciamo le missioni, prendiamo un po' di forzieri e andiamo avanti. Vi saluto qua. Ciao ciao.